Welcome to the super simple warm-up. First, you're going to find your feet. Just over hip width apart, as parallel as you can, as parallel as is comfortable, with your knee over your second toe. Your knees should be soft, not bent, but not locked, just soft, like if you were standing on a trampoline but you weren't bouncing. Your pelvis is fluid, your spine is straight, your sternum is open, your jaw is relaxed, your head is balanced on your neck with your eyes on the horizon. During all of these exercises, we will be breathing in and out through the mouth, down into the belly and the pelvic region. If you feel like making noise, go ahead. That's what this is for. We're opening up and freeing up the instrument. Feel free to yawn, feel free to groan, whatever you need to do. The first exercise is the face massage. So rub your hands together to get them warm, and then start at the jaw. Pay special attention to those muscles just in front of your ears, and let the jaw release, leaving your eyes on the horizon so that it's your fingers that are doing the work. If you need to yawn, that's great. Let yourself yawn. When your jaw muscles are feeling relaxed, move up into the sinus cavities. Start with the cheekbones and hum gently into wherever your fingers are massaging. You'll notice as the hum moves around your face that the pitch will change, and it's supposed to. What we're doing is we're looking to bring the voice into the face, to wake the facial mask up so that it can act as the primary resonator. This is about feeling the sound, not about trying to make it sound a certain way or a certain volume or a certain length. It's just about feeling the sound in the different parts of your face and noticing how the pitch changes depending on where you're directing the sound. Don't push at this point. This is a warm-up, so don't worry if it doesn't sound good, if it sounds kind of screechy or scratchy. That's okay. This is a warm-up. Just focus on the feeling and being very gentle with your voice. Move into the nose. What I like to do is I like to take the front of my knuckles and rub them along my cheekbones to really shake things up. When your cheekbones feel awake, move up into the sinus cavities above your eyebrows. Let the hum go as you move back into the skull. So let your jaw release, breathe in and out through the mouth again, and focus on all of the little muscles in your skull. Pay special attention to the muscles behind your ears. They're attached to the muscles that are attached to your jaw. Spend a little bit of extra time underneath the occipital, so just where your skull and your neck connect. We store a lot of tension in there, so spend a little bit of extra time just really getting in there and letting those muscles release. Move all the way down the neck and into the shoulders, still breathing in and out through the mouth with a released jaw, all the way down into the belly. Then take your thumbs and massage along the bottom of the jaw. Give the bottom of your tongue a really good rub. Pinch along the jawline and the chin, keeping your eyes on the horizon. And instead of massaging the lips with your fingers, just chew the lips. Your whole face should feel a little bit tingly and alive. The next exercise is the horse blow. You're going to need a lot of breath for this exercise, so remember to really utilize your floating ribs, and your belly and your pelvic area. So we're going to breathe into the floating ribs and the belly and the pelvis and let it out on a horse blow. As you do the horse blows, feel how relaxed and loose your cheeks and your lips can be. Last one, breathe in as much as you can and really use that breath to let that big horse blow out. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add a siren inside of the horse blow. The siren is going from your lowest note up to your highest note and then back to the lowest note. We're doing this inside of a horse blow to make sure that you're doing it safely. I'm not sure of the experience level of everyone who's doing this exercise, and I want to make sure that you're not going to hurt your voice. You can also do this on an NG with your tongue out, but if you haven't worked with me, I wouldn't recommend it because you can strain your voice that way. This is a warm-up, so I want you to be able to push yourself without being scared of doing any damage. So if you're not sure, just make sure you keep the siren inside of the horse blow and you're much less likely to hurt yourself. You also don't want to think up or down when you're thinking of the highest note and the lowest note, because that can cause you to unconsciously lift and drop your head, and that will stretch and collapse your vocal cords. So instead, we're going to keep the eyes on the horizon, and you're going to imagine your voice like a yo-yo. So the lowest note is at your belly, and the highest note is at the opposite wall. If you do the action with your hand, it will help you to imagine the scale on a horizontal instead of a vertical, so that you can keep your eyes on the horizon and your head balanced on your neck. On the last two, really challenge yourself to go as low as you can to as high as you can and back. In fact, Amanda's not doing it right now, but you can do this over a number of breaths. So you can do one siren over 3 or 5 breaths and really slow it down to make sure that you are hitting each note and that you're paying your whole range enough attention to really warm it up. A great place to do the siren is in the shower because you have the steam to relax and open your vocal folds. Next is the arm flop. You want your knees to be soft during this exercise, maybe even a little bit bent, so that you can make sure that you have a really solid base. Your knees are facing forward, it's the spine that's swiveling. So imagining your spine is a nice straight pole, your body is flopping around the spine the way a flag would flop if I turned a pole from side to side. So the pole is still straight, it's just swiveling from side to side. We're going to be pivoting in the pelvis with a straight spine with the arms flopping loose like dead weight from side to side. See how relaxed you can feel. Feel the opening in the hip sockets, release the jaw. Feel the breath going all the way down into the hip sockets, into the belly, and opening everything up. Let yourself move as fast as you can until your body takes over. It'll take over the breath and it'll take over the movement, so it feels like you can't even stop if you wanted to. When you feel like you're really open in the rib cage and in the hip sockets, let yourself slow down until you come naturally back to center. Feel how you're never truly still. The oxygen is flowing through your body, the blood is flowing through your body. You are alive and moving, even when you appear still from the outside. The last exercise is the bear hug flop. First, we're going to widen our stance. Make sure that your knees are over your toes. You don't want to become knock-kneed during this exercise. Give yourself a nice big bear hug and flop over from the pelvis. Make sure you are hanging from the pelvis. You're not bent at the waist, but you are hanging from the pelvis so that your whole back is nice and relaxed. You're hanging from that tailbone, and your legs can do whatever they want. The knees can bend a little bit more or straighten a little bit more as long as they don't lock. Whatever needs to happen so that your back is completely relaxed. First, we're going to have 3 really, really big muscular breaths into the upper back between the shoulder blades. Really fill yourself up. Really use those muscles. Next, 3 really, really big breaths into the lower back and floating ribs. Really feel your floating ribs expand with the breath. And finally, 3 really, really big breaths into the bum. Imagine that your lungs have moved into your bum and they're filling up with oxygen. Really feel your hip sockets and those muscles fill up and release. After those 9 breaths, let your arms flop and bring your feet back to just over hip width apart so you're more stable. And let yourself bounce a little bit from the knees, begin the bounce in the knees, and let yourself bounce a little bit just to make sure that your spine is nice and relaxed and floppy. If you're breathing all the way down into your bum and your pelvis, you might feel the need to make sound. Just let that sound flop out of you. Don't judge it, just let it out. Let yourself yawn while you're down here. Have a nice big relaxed yawn. While we're down here, let's have a little bit of a stretch. So leaving your back lovely and relaxed, just stretch out the back of the knees just a little bit and then let it go. And this time when you stretch out the back of your knees, I challenge you to really relax your back. Really keep your back relaxed and just stretch out the back of the knees and let them go. See if you can even bring your torso closer to your legs as you stretch the back of the legs out and let it go. This is a great stretch to do every day. It really improves your flexibility overall. Give yourself one final wobble and a flop and let out some sound. Push your feet into the floor, allow your pelvis to tilt, and let your vertebra uncoil, stacking one vertebra on top of the other, letting your knees adjust as necessary until your eyes are on the horizon. And when your eyes are on the horizon, shimmy your bum, shimmy your shoulders, and shake out some sound. What you don't want to do is separate the movement in your body from the sound that you're making. So you don't want to put the sound on top of the movement like this. What you want is you want the movement of your body to be creating the sound. So breathe in while you're shimmying. I hope you can hear how much more relaxed that is, and I hope you can feel it when you're doing the shimmy. This is the basic super simple warm-up that you can do in 10 minutes to open up your breath, open up your range, and bring an energy into your body. We do cover some additional add-on exercises in the Ignite Your Confidence program, but if you have any questions about these exercises or anything else at Inspired Coaching, you are always welcome to contact me. In the meantime, enjoy the super simple warm-up.